Bonjour, hello. So one of my dreams, or more like a long-term project, would be able to travel sort of far away without a personal motor vehicle and using as little public transport as possible. So that would be either walking, running, or cycling. That can be with a bike or an e-bike. I don't have a car and I've never had a car, so I walk or I take the bus when I need to go somewhere. Sometimes I run, and sometimes, but very rarely, I use my bike. But I don't really use it enough. So I kind of already have to make an effort in order to go somewhere, but it's not like I really train intensely, nothing like that. So that's why I don't really have any specific plan or project or even a destination, but I know that it's something I would like to be able to do at some point, but I need the proper training for this. So what I want to do is basically to start having a more active lifestyle. It's already active, but I need to put really more sport into it. I've not decided yet which way I would like to travel, whether it's walking, running, or cycling with a bike or with an e-bike. So I also think that practicing those three activities is also a way not only just to train, but also to see what I prefer. It's not a matter of efficiency, it's really more a matter of what I prefer, what I feel more comfortable with. So in terms of training, that would be three activities: walking, running, cycling. But the truth is, in terms of cycling, I have both a bike and an e-bike. So I'm going to compare 4 different ways of moving around, but that's 3 activities. So for example, how fast is it? So the speed I can go at. Walking, really not fast, so I will put 1 star. Running, it's going faster, but at the moment, I'm not a fast runner. So that's the situation. How I feel about those things at the moment, and we will see maybe in a few weeks. The regular bike, it is much faster, we're on 3 stars. An e-bike is even faster, it can go up to 25 kilometers per hour, so like super fast. So how fast I can go is different from what distance can I cover in one day. I'm basically interested in what can I do in one day. Because when I walk, I can cover like a pretty neat distance. I think around 20 kilometers, if it's not like mountain or anything difficult like that, which will probably not be the case, then distance is like fine with walking. Not huge, but it's okay. Running, you see, I go faster, but it's also way more intense and tiring. So not really much more distance that I can cover. Bike, however, at the moment not much, but still more and more easily than running or walking, so that's a 3 star. And with the e-bike, it's basically, there's a battery, so like we are on 4 stars again for the distance I can cover in a day. Important question, how intense is it? So how tired am I after? So now it's sort of reversed. So for walking, the intensity is just really fine, honestly. I can cover a good distance as long as I can sleep and rest. I'm fine the day after. So intensity on that one is going to be a 4 star because that's positive in that case. So low intensity, 4 stars. Running, I will be tired. If I do quite a bit distance, I will be really tired after. So I am tempted 1 star or 2 stars? I think 1 star. You know what, actually for walking there's still some effort, so that will be 3 stars. Bike, I will also say at the moment just 1 star because I'm not really used to cycling. So it is intense for me. I do get tired a bit. An e-bike, well, there's a battery. So again, that's where you can get the 4 stars because it's cheating at that point, the e-bike. No offense to people using the e-bike, but that's really nothing to do with a regular bike. On the same topic of intensity, recuperation, that's kind of the same thing, but at the same time different. Intensity is on the day, and recuperation is more how I feel the next day. Like how long do I usually need recuperate? So if I need more than 1 day, that means I'm not going to be in super great shape the day after. So walking, it's fine, 3 stars. It's kind of the same notes as for intensity, even if it's something different. Running, it's going to be a 1 star. At the moment, if I do a long distance, I'm completely dead the day after. For the bike, I would put 2 stars, but the difference between running and cycling is that, sorry, it's going to be gross for some people, but it hurts my ass. So not 2 stars, 1 star. On the e-bike, recuperation, I would say it's fine, but there's again the ass issue. So 3 stars and not 4 on that one. Another important question is how much can I carry? Can I carry a lot? So walking, it is fine. I would say it is fine. I can carry quite a bit. It's going to make me slower and more exhausted, but I think I can carry quite a bit. Now compared to the bike, yeah, I would say yes. I can carry a lot. It's going to, the more I carry, the more intense that will be, and the slower I will be, and the less distance I will be able to do. But I can carry. Running though, that is only 1 star. I'm not going to be able to carry a lot if I'm running. So regular bike, I would say yes, I can carry quite a bit. That's going to be a 3 stars. Same as for walking, that's going to make me slower, so less distance, and it's going to be more intense. And for the e-bike, again, that is cheating. I can carry a lot. And like, there's a battery, so again, the e-bike is doing the things for me, nearly. Now, we are answering another sort of kind of different questions, because that was question more about the activity itself. Now, about how convenient the activity is for traveling. So for example, does it need a lot of maintenance and repair? So for walking, that's basically just my feet and my legs. So I'm not going to put 4 stars. I don't really consider the shoes to be a problem. Just buying new shoes, it's not the end of the world. But if I walk long distances and with some weight, it is possible that my body will be more fragile than if I walk less and with less weight. So in this case, the gear is not the bike, it's just my body, and it might take a little bit of, of the hit. So I'm going to put 3 stars, not 4, because I still like not ideal. Running, same idea. I don't really have gear, the gear is my body, but same, if I'm running long distances with a little bit of weight, that's still not 4 stars. For the bike, however, that means I have an entire bike to look after. I don't really know anything about mechanics. I just don't really know a lot of things about this. So in terms of maintenance, I don't know if I should put 1 star or 2 stars. I would say 1 star. On e-bike, same, and on top of that, I have a battery. So the battery is making everything there super convenient. It's fast and easy to carry weight and all that. But this e-bike is heavier than the regular bike. If my battery dies, I'm in deep trouble. Now, about the security, how much do I need to worry about my gear? Well, for walking and running, that's 4 stars. I don't have to worry about anything because the gear is just my body. That's it. So like 4 stars. I will not leave my bag unattended, but that's just regular situation, just like going shopping or something like this, that's fine. However, bike and e-bike, I would put 1 star because it can be stolen, but the reason why I'm putting 2 stars and not 1 is because I'm putting only 1 star for the e-bike, because it's expensive, it's way more expensive than a regular bike. And by the way, both maintenance and security mean that I have to carry more things than if I was just walking or running, because now I have to carry all the repair equipment as well as a lock and a chain and things like this. So as I said, the goal is to use one of those activities to travel, no personal motorized vehicle, but sometimes I might want to use some public transport for practical reason. So how easy would it be to use public transport? Walking, that would be 4 stars. Because that's, again, just like when you're going shopping or whatever, that is fine. Running, I would also put 4 stars, but I will put 3 because nobody wants a sweaty runner in their bus. That's kind of just, I would personally be afraid to inconvenience other people in the transport, but I could also just take a bus before a day of running. That doesn't necessarily have to be in the middle of the day or at the end of the day. I will still put 3 stars. Now, bike and e-bike, they take space and they are heavy, so I'm just putting 1 star for each of them. Now I want to see also in terms of accessibility, but I have put 2 accessibility categories. The first one is how easy it is to access like little paths, little like cute dirt road, this sort of things. Maybe I want to walk on a nice little path and not on the main road or something like this. And the second accessibility category would be about the bigger, faster roads. Is it possible, if I want to do more distance on some days, to access like faster way to move along? So what I mean by that is when I'm walking or running, 4 stars, I can basically access any little cute little paths on the side of the river, walking along the river or going to the beach or anything. That's easy. However, I can't walk on the side of like fast roads with cars and everything. So that's a 1 star. But then for the bike and the e-bikes, that's exactly the opposite. I might have access to little paths. I'm putting 2 stars and not 1, but it might be more limited. However, I can go on fast roads, but I'm only putting 3 stars and not 4 because, firstly, even if it's a fast road, I'm still limited by the speed of the bike. It's not like I'm going to go like 80 kilometers an hour to the next town. Also, I don't have access to all the fast roads, the big fast roads. Obviously, I'm not going on the highway with my bike. That would be unsafe. And even with roads that I can actually access with my bike, I don't really feel comfortable with the cars going like super fast. So yeah, not 4 stars for that. Now I'm moving to a third category. That was 1, 2. So that third category is more about photography, because if I'm traveling, obviously I want to take photos and film videos. That's what I like to do. So how easy would it be to carry photo or video gear? Well, for walking, that's fine. That's basically, on that aspect, it's basically nearly the same as carrying weights. That is really fine. I'm going to put 4 stars. Obviously, I'm carrying that weight, so I will have to really think about what kind of gear I'm taking. Now, for running, I can't carry a lot again, like the weight, can't carry a lot. So 1 star only. Bike, and for e-bike, in terms of carrying, yeah, if we stop at carrying, I can actually carry a lot. I would have to find a way to have the gear being protected, but that's something that I can do. So I will put 4 stars. Carrying gear is fine, but what about using the gear while I'm traveling? Because the goal of this sort of traveling is not about the destination, it's about the journey. That's the nice thing about using something slow like this. So I would be really interested in actually using the gear while I'm practicing the activity. So while I'm walking or running or cycling. While I'm walking, that's basically like whenever I'm traveling and taking photos, that's the same. It's even if I have a big bag on my back, I can just have the camera in my hands, I can have the microphone, I can have whatever, it's fine, the big camera I mean, that is fine. Running, however, it's not a complete no, but the only cameras I would be able to really have in my hands while I'm running is something very lightweight, like my phone or the GoPro. I don't really see myself running with a big camera in my hands. So I'll put 2 stars, because it's not a complete no, but it's very limited. And I want to really aim at using a good camera like the Lumix S5 as much as possible instead of using like my phone or the GoPro. And for the bike and the e-bikes, that's kind of the same. I can't really use a big camera while I'm riding the bike. So I can use the GoPro, no problem, I've tried it. It's really convenient to use the GoPro, maybe even more than with running. But I would rather use something like a big nice camera like the Lumix S5 currently filming there. So I will also put 2 stars. So now I'm going to circle all the ones that are 4 stars just to see more visually where are the strong points. So we have a lot in terms of the activity itself, we have a lot with the e-bike, but as I said, it's kind of cheating, the e-bike. It's just way too easy to move around with an e-bike. However, when it comes to conveniency, the bikes are not that good. We have 4 stars, 4 stars, 4 stars, 4 stars, and 4 stars. So here it's more on the side of walking. And then when it comes to photography, we have 4 stars on both carrying and using. For the walking part, we have 4 stars for the bikes in terms of carrying. So this is how I feel about those activities right now, so before starting to train a bit more. If I'm being honest, I really love biking because it's, I don't know, it's kind of like you feel really free when you're riding your bike. It feels just nice. The e-bike really makes things like super easy, but at the same time, I feel like I'm not really making any effort with the e-bike, so I'm feeling a bit, yeah. And it's also really heavy, this bike is so heavy. I like how fast a bike goes compared to walking, but at the same time I get tired more easily, so I don't necessarily do like super long distances with the bike. So if I'm being honest, all in all, my favorite way to move around is just walking. It's also about photography and making videos, and I do feel that walking is the most convenient way to move around while taking photos and making videos with a certain quality, with a good camera. And it might not be as fast as running or cycling, but it's way more easy to take public transport if I need to. The only thing that I will have to worry about is one bag, and that's about it. So I do feel that I'm more biased towards walking. That's the activity that I love more and that I feel more comfortable with. But I still want to do this training and try to get better at running and cycling anyway, and see how I feel about those two other activities after training a bit more at them. Because one thing that is sure is that I don't run often enough and I don't use my bike often enough. So I have not decided how I want to travel yet, and as you can see, they all have advantages and inconvenience. So what I want to start doing is to build a different training program every week in order to try different things. So the goal is not necessarily to be like super intense, because I will also have to film and edit videos every day and to take photos. Those are things that I actually want to keep as top priorities. The goal is really to explore those different activities, to explore my limits, and to see how confident or how comfortable I feel with each one of these activities. I want to see how confident I am in my abilities, and just to see if I love it or not and which way I would actually like to travel. So for example, this week I've decided that I will run every day, but not too far. Around 5 kilometers, maximum 8 kilometers, nothing more than this. So the goal for this week is not necessarily about running long distance, but it's about running every day. Alright, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have a rather active lifestyle and what you do to stay active and in shape. And also, like, if you've done something like this, like traveling by just walking to the next place or running or cycling. If you've done something like this, I'm really interested in knowing about this, so let me know. And yeah, thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow in the next video. Bye!